Hello everybody, today I'm going to be showing you about the London system. The London system is a very popular opening in chess, and today I'm going to be showing you some important lines. So let's start off with the opening. D4, D5, Bishop F4, and the most common move for black is Knight to F6. So this is where the opening starts. There's a variation called the Joe Baba London, which is kind of ditching the whole part of the London because one of the parts of the London is trying to play C4 and start developing your pieces and maybe castle and uh pretty much that. But the Joe Baba London is kind of breaking that rule. But it's putting a big threat trying to go here, and once the knight reaches here, there's pretty much no way to stop this. So one way black can defend this is a6. So now here it's kind of equal, but I in my position, I think, in my opinion, that black is slightly better because now black can play c6, c6, and queen b6 to try to take advantage of this in the future. So I would not recommend playing the Joe Baba London unless you're like playing against a beginner of any sort to get it's kind of like an opening trap, if you know what I mean. So I usually go e3 to develop the bishop to d3. So sometimes my opponent goes bishop f5 and then I go bishop d3. The best way is not taking because we don't want to. There's two moves here. We can take with the queen. We can probably threaten and try to take this pawn. That's number one. And then number two, we can if we take on we can take on c here, and then we can threaten e4. So that's another possibility. So I wouldn't recommend taking if you were black. I would just go bishop g6. So you wouldn't want to take here neither if you were white, because then this opens up the rook for black. And it doesn't really matter that black has doubled pawns because later in the game they won't really matter. So one thing I do not recommend is taking with this pawn. So number one, a very important principle in chess is to always take going towards the center. See, taking out with the F pawn is going outwards. We want to go inwards towards the center. And another reason is this also, like I said before, opens up your rook. So still, I wouldn't recommend taking on g6. What I would play is probably a regular developing move like knight f3, maybe c3, and then so forth. Um, so there's an idea. It's called the stone wall with the pawns, and it goes d4, d5, bishop f4. Let's say knight c6, knight f3. Uh, let's just play some regular moves here, like e3, knight f3, so on. Let's say they'll play e6. We can go here. Let's say they go back, and then maybe c3. Here we can go back, and then once we reach about, let's say, this position, we can play here. And something that I wouldn't recommend is taking with the bishop here. Why would you just risk? Usually in chess, a bishop is slightly, like very slightly better than a knight, and you wouldn't want to give that up. So here, let's say they go here, and then you, a great move here is f4. And this is known as the stone wall. So let's say they go castle. Let's say we just take, and then they take. This is known as the stonewall position. Maybe you might be thinking that this bishop is blocked, but we can just move it here put some pressure on this knight, we could maybe use this knight to back it up, and it's just a great position for white. So you should try playing that. And then also for the London, lots of people play the King's Indian. So a way to defend this is once they play g6, knight f3, bishop g7. I just have two main things for you guys. So number one is you should always play h3, because one main reason of an Indian's player, a King's Indian's player, is try to go knight h5. So you can't really move your bishop anywhere, because then they want to trade this knight over here for this bishop by going knight h5. So I always recommend playing h3. And once they try to go here now, you have an escape square. Another thing is also you should play bishop e2, because some point, let's say if you play bishop d3, which is the main line, some point in the King's Indian, I'm not the best at the King's Indian, but some point they'll try to go e5, and once you retreat your bishop back, this is a serious fork here, and this will fork both of your pieces, like your knight on f3 and your bishop on d3. So you should always play bishop e2. It's not that you're being passive, it's just that you're being safe. And it's way better to be safe than sorry. So then you can just continue developing like this. And then once he goes rook e8, you can go just a simple castle, just getting out of the way. Once he plays e5, you can take. I'm fine with that. But make sure always to move your bishop back. If you go here, sure, that's fine, but you'll just end up retreating it after, and then, yeah, you'll end up with this square. And then you can also go with c3, queen c2, rook, any rook to d1. I would prefer this one. So, yes. And let me just show you a regular London here. So d4, d5, bishop f4, knight f6, knight f3, bishop f5, e3, e6. This is pretty much just a copycat London. Bishop d3, I would go back here. Then you could do knight d2, knight b to d2, queen. And another thing that is really good about the London system is that, let's say any point we can, like, here, here, just anywhere. We can go queen e2, and the point of queen e2 is trying to break in the center, trying to go e4, and this e4 threat is very big. Let's say black castles here. We can go e4, and once he takes, we have a lot of control of the center here, and it's just like very large, like it's a very large center. Oh, and I just realized that this bishop hangs, but let's just say later, but let's just say the queen is here. But the point is that you get a very large center whenever you play e4. So I hope you enjoyed. This is a lot about the London system, but did you know that in chess there's like a lot of ways to play a certain opening, and I'm just showing you the most popular ways. So if there's a line that I haven't taught you, you should probably just check out some more videos on YouTube. And this only not just helps you guys, but it also helps me learn more about the London and about the Stonewall positions and the regular London and the King's Indian and much more. So thank you guys so much. Make sure to like and subscribe and have a great day. Bye.